Hallo, heute muss ich mal sitzen. I have to sit, weil ich möchte euch heute ein bisschen etwas erklären, Grammatik, und zwar das Thema Nebensätze, the relative clauses. Nebensätze, these kind of sentences are very important because this is a sub-sentence in the main sentence which explains the topic, the argument of the main sentence. Typical introductions for these Nebensätze is because, so that, while, so in German is weil, während is during, while, weil is because, it's a false friend, so while is not weil, obwohl, although, damit, so that, before, nachdem, after that. So you can use a sentence like, we have to eat inside because it's raining outside. Wir müssen drinnen essen, weil es draußen regnet. Okay. I don't want to focus on these words which introduce the Nebensätze, weil, während, obwohl. Maybe I'm gonna do a separate video with all these Nebensatzkonjunktionen, how to introduce. But today we're gonna focus on the syntax, on the positions of the words in this relative clause, in this Nebensatz, because I have heard from a lot of students in my courses that they always struggle with the positions of the words, with the right position. I will give you now a very simple tip. If you have a sentence like, ich bleibe heute zu Hause. Ich bleibe heute zu Hause. And if you want to put this sentence into a Nebensatz, like because I will stay at home, weil, then however the position will be. My tip is, the original sentence, ich bleibe heute zu Hause, you just put the bleibe and you do not change anything else. You took the bleibe and this one you put at the end. So, ich bleibe heute zu Hause in a relative clause, in a Nebensatz, like because I will stay at home, is weil ich heute zu Hause bleibe. So I will give you, for the relative clause, you just have to think on two rules to make it easier for you. One rule is after the weil, after the während, after the before, after this word which introduces a relative clause, you have to put the subject, the person of the sentence. Weil ich, weil mein Hund, weil mein Haus, weil mein Auto, weil du, weil wir, weil meine Eltern. After this weil or after this während, whatever, you have to put this person. Then you do not change the rest of the position of the words, but the verb has to be at the end. Maybe one little hint more, after the weil ich, after the person on the second position, you should put always the time indication. Heute, später, in 5 Minuten, morgen, am Wochenende, whatever. So if you just think weil, then person, ich, then time, Zeitangabe, heute, and then it's done. You will not have any more problems with the positions of the words in this sentence. So let's do an exercise. I call it umwandeln. You just try to transform my normal sentence into a Nebensatz. Just you change the positions. Okay? The normal sentence is es regnet heute. And you know you do not change anything besides the regnet has to be at the end. So, weil. And now I will give you sentences, normal sentence, and you try to transform it into a weil, because sentence. Okay? Ich habe morgen keine Zeit. Die Sonne scheint heute. So just do not forget, after the weil you have to put ich, die Sonne. And I will always start the sentence with this. So just focus how I start, and then you have to start again also in that way. Okay? Es ist schon spät. Es ist zu teuer für mich. One more tip, if you have a sentence like ich muss arbeiten, you have two verbs. All the two words has to be at the end of the sentence, of a Nebensatz. What do you think? What do you have to put at the end? Ich muss arbeiten. If you start the sentence with weil ich arbeiten muss, oder weil ich muss arbeiten. Natürlich, weil ich arbeiten muss. It's like ich bleibe zu Hause, weil ich zu Hause bleibe. So the verb which is with the person, with the ich, or this has to be at the end. Okay, we continue. And now we're gonna do another kind of relative clause, not with weil, but with before. Before. Okay. Okay. I will give you the normal sentence. You try to. Okay. Ich koche für meine Familie. Ich nehme die U-Bahn. Mein Vater kommt nach Hause. You see? I gave you only short sentences, but it works also with long sentences. Let's take a sentence like während, with while or during. So my normal sentence is wir sind im Kino. So now I will give you a really long sentence, and you just think on these two rules. After the while, let's do it with das, with the two s. It's I know that. Ich weiß das. I will give you a long sentence. You just have after the das, you have to start with the subject of the sentence and the verb at the end. Do not change anything else. Der Chef hat morgen früh keine Zeit für das Meeting. And now you're gonna do a sentence. Ich weiß, dass. Genau. The same rule you have to apply when it's a sentence in past tense. It's the same. Nachdem is after that. Ich habe gegessen. Comes to nachdem ich gegessen habe. Ich habe, this one you have to split always. Nachdem ich gegessen habe. So one more exercise, I will give you the normal sentence, and you try to put it into einen Nebensatz with nachdem. Wir haben uns getroffen. Der Film war aus. Du hast mich angerufen. Ich habe dir eine E-Mail geschrieben. Ja, das war das Thema Nebensätze und die Position, die Syntax. Bitte nicht vergessen, do not forget, 2 Regeln. Nach dem Nebensatzwort, also während, weil, before, nachdem, das, you have to continue the sentence with the subject and the verb, which is always correlated together with the subject, has to be at the end of the Nebensatz. Das war's. Wenn ihr noch Fragen habt, bitte schreibt mir. Wenn ich etwas vergessen habe, ich werde gerne ein neues Video drehen, wenn ich genügend Anfragen bekommen habe. Oder ihr klickt auf das andere Video, da geht es auch um Nebensätze, aber um die Wenn-Sätze. Maybe you have a click on the other video where we will explain the sentences with when, the if clauses, the irrealis, if I were you. Das ist ein interessantes Thema. Ja, das war's. Ich wünsche euch einen schönen Tag. Ja, jetzt kommt die Sonne. Das bedeutet, dass ich jetzt gehen muss. You see? Also, ciao.